When we did the sums on how many miniatures there were to shoot on the film, we suddenly realised that we could be filming for another year after the film came out. So we quickly decided that we needed another miniature unit to help support Alex's team, and that new team is what we call BVH's unit, which is Brian Van Hul's unit.
During the course of the live-action shoot, I was the visual effects supervisor on set, and then during post-production, whatever they need done, I usually end up having to do it, whether it's visual effects elements. Okay, we'll do that again, Dave. Or, like right now, they wanted to start a second miniature unit. They put me in charge of that unit so that I can work with Alex Funky and we can try to get through all of the material in the short amount of time we have. It's Friday. Friday's easy day.
The producers talked about the number of shots that needed to be achieved to finish the show, and we were talking about 800 shots that we actually had to shoot, and whether or not we will achieve it, I don't know, but we will have a damn good go at it.
It's a very fast unit. They shoot miniatures like crazy. Up to 20,000 feet of film in one day on one camera is quite a feat on miniatures, and they did it.
V-track back into where we had that original position.
Rolling, and Mocon is moving.
The different passes that we'll shoot on our miniatures are a standard move length, which matches the previous cut that Peter's given to us. One that's 20% longer, so that once the final animation is finished, if he wants to lengthen the shot, he actually has those frames. We also do those versions with high wind and with low wind, and in some cases with clean atmos and with smoked up stages. You know, Mike, when you think about it, none of this would be possible without the support of cocktail napkin technology. There's all our scaling, there's our count sheet.
We have a number of different studios that we're doing things in, so we have a lot of irons going and a lot of fires.
We've got 2 motion control operators, and I'm sometimes doing 2 shots at once and jumping from one studio to the other. Plus they're shooting other components like smoke and fire elements and things randomly all over the place. So there's a lot of different stuff happening simultaneously.
Brian is a jack of all trades in that he can do anything, but he's one of the few that I know is a master of them all. He's very much like Peter in lots of ways in that he has endless bounds of energy and he wears many a hat on this project.
Oh, I have to because I'm losing my hair. You're fired. You're only really as good as the people who work for you. And we've been really lucky to get a really good collection of people from the live action unit and from the other miniatures unit and also from overseas over to help us create the second miniatures unit. Except for Mike Kelly, he's kind of crap, you know, but we stick with it anyway. Hi. Hey. Gus Hunter and Jeremy Bennett have been really essential in leading us on the actual look of things. We end up with sometimes just a sequence with previs, just black and white images and very nondescript skies and, you know, not a lot of dressing in terms of what the environment should look like. So Gus and Jeremy have been great in coming down, actually doing digi-stills of the miniatures and actually incorporating that into their concept paintings. These lines that are going across, not just having lines going across, but you see that sort of stuff in Gus's artwork. The one thing that always distinguishes the images is how it's used in a film. And that is always in context with how good the director is. There's really incredibly amazing work that people will never see in movies that just have bad stories and poor directing. You never have that problem working on Peter's films because the storytelling is there, the directing is there. So that's really the important thing about working with a good director, and luckily we happen to have one that lives in the neighborhood. So it's just up to us to apply the technology to it to make it look really cool.